training.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hello, Nick. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you much.
So real quick, we'll do the usual spiel. We do this 5 days a week on 3 different platforms. We're here to talk about the FileMaker platform, interact with the community, and work to help educate the community by bringing people in who know a lot about very specific topics. In this case, Nick is a master manipulating FileMaker into what he wants to do, and particularly awesome with WebDirect and Go. Nick worked on the WebDirect product back in the day, so he knows a lot about how he can take it to its furthest extent. So today is our last day of our WebDirect series. If you'd like to support the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. Every once in a while, I get people going like, Margaret, live streams are great, but I don't like them for a blank and blink reason. Either they don't like the platforms that we use. We stream on Discord, YouTube, and Twitch, or they don't like the conversational style, or they feel like we're just not covering topics they're interested in. That also happens. We do take recommendations from people on topics, but not every topic recommended gets a discussion. And it certainly might not be in time for what you want to do. So we have these training videos. We pretty much cover everything underneath the sun to become a very competent developer in your own right. Feel free to pick it up if you've bought already. Thank you very much. Seriously, it's much appreciated. So with that being said, I think we're probably good. I'm going to hand it over to Nick because I know we've got a lot to do today. Nick, what are we doing?
Hello everybody. So thank you for joining today. So it's the last day on WebDirect. It was interesting. It was, we talk about many things, but it's hard to talk about everything on WebDirect because there's so many things we can do. So today we do the last day in WebDirect. So we're going to do like an overall review on everything we can do in WebDirect, and I'm going to take one case scenario, the same case scenario I use at the beginning of this webinar. And then I'm going to use it and I'm going to explain many other things, right? And I'm going to display all we can do, okay? And at the same time, we're going to talk about our one way to handle our documents, okay? So, so yesterday we had a very large, very long session. But today, we can go over a little bit if we need, but I need to cover many things today, so let's do it. So, so WebDirect, many times during this webinar, I talk about how to use that, and why, why we need WebDirect sometime. So the best case scenario for WebDirect is when you want to open your file to the people, you want to give access to your file to other people, right? That they're not in the office and then they're not part of your surrounding, and you want to let your clients, your providers, or whoever you want, to have access to some information that you have in your database, and you want them to be displayed on the web. Then everybody can access this, right? So, but at the same time, you don't want to ask everybody, oh, install FileMaker and use FileMaker. No. So what you want, you say, okay, go to the web and click a link, and boom, people go into your solution, and then they do what they can do, what you allow them to do, because they will do exactly what you want them to do by having dedicated layout with the functionality you want them to have. Okay. So the best case scenario I have here, I have our property tax management people, right, in Texas, that they were using FileMaker for many years, and last year they asked me to rebuild pretty much their stuff. I mean, to strongly modernize what they already have, right? Because that's something you can do with us. If you have a solution, right? And for example, you want to modernize your solution, or you want a WebDirect access to your solution, right? But you don't feel like you can do it, and or anyway, you can ask us to work on this, to have your WebDirect layout done, right? WebDirect or iPhone, iPad, what we're going to talk next week, or you want to modernize your solution, because we can do many things with what you already have, even though you have something dirty, right? Or something like ish, okay? We can work on this, okay? And we can keep what you have and work on what you have and build something new on top of it, right? So that that things we have habit at RCC. We know to do that, so we're not going to tell you, oh, let's rebuild everything, right? No. And sometimes we can do that progressively. Worked on areas like this, like I did for this guy in Texas. I start working on one layout, right, and then we did another one, and then we did another one, and then we did another one. So it was like a progressive, like stuff like this, right? But also, of course, to do something like that, you need some special skills that we pretty much, all the senior engineer at RCC have, right? So you can call us and see what we can do for you. Okay. Especially for WebDirect, iPhone, iPad, this is sometimes can be valuable for you. Okay. Like having a WebDirect access to your customer, for example, that changed many things. First of all, you enter the league. You enter the high league. You go where the big people are. You're no longer a baby. Okay, so if you have an access and you have a database online, and people can do things, download things, upload things, consult their stuff. Immediately, your business go up. It's an investment for your business. Okay, because then that drives confidence. For example, if you want to hire like this guy, and you go online and you find them, but they have no website. They have one website. Contact us, or you go to a competitor that have a website, right? And then where you go? You go to the guy with the website, because they appear like more bigger, right? Even though it's many times it's not the case. But for people, that what appears to be. So WebDirect is very good for that. So if you think your business or whatever, you feel like it could be nice to have a WebDirect access, you can try. If you feel like you're doing yourself, or you can hire us, and we do it for you. We do it for you. We can start low, small, and then go up, right, crescendo. So let's take this scenario I have here, right? So this is something I already show you, and so this guy has a website. This is a website, right? It's a website, right? So, and let's get started. I want to get started, right? So when I click here, I get out of the website and I go inside FileMaker. This is FileMaker. I'm in FileMaker Cloud. Blah, blah, blah. I'm in FileMaker. So I can get access. So I can get in by my client ID or my email, but let's get started new, So when I first started, they said, okay, search your address to begin. So 123 Sydney, right? So I can have this, right? So let's take this one. Okay. So I search the property, find the property. So I select the property. See, you have this action running stuff, right? So that part of something we can improve and make like a piece of doing this, but the guy said it's okay. He needed that, and we didn't have the time to finish it. So now, okay, I have this property selected, right? I could have select more. I can have select more properties, but let's say I have this one, and I go step 2. So step 2, you put your name, okay, and you put your phone number, and you put your email. So let's put Nick .hunter at rcconsulting.com. Right? I do that because I need to go to the email. I'm going to receive an email. I'm going to show you to get access. How so let's say whatever the reference. You continue to here. I say, okay, we need to sign the agreements, right? So you have the agreement here, right? So you need to sign this. So let's sign, right? Continue. So I signed, and I say sign up. Okay. So here I have this nice like a CASTAR window. So now I am in my portal. So this is a client portal. So this is my name. I can log out, my balance due, so I'm active here, right? And here we have some tabs here, and then I have here an action required. So action required because I need to sign a, for an appointment. I need to, I need a signature for that, right? So that's legal. So I click here, right? And then I say, is the ownership? Yes, right? So here we have these documents where it's a legal document, it's a form, it's a legal form. So I have 2 pages here, right? And all of this is built with FileMaker, right? So, and I need to sign here. So it looks like a little bit like DocuSign, right? But it's not. So I'm signing here, right? Here I have some options like this, and then I sign, okay? So now I sign, I have some information here, right? So, and I can submit the form. So the form is submit now, right? That means in the database, if I go to the file, or I have document stuff like this, but I cannot show you that right now. So, and so I have is signed, is okay, right? But then now I need to talk a little bit about my property. So all of this is made with FileMaker, right? All of this. So it's fast, it's simple, it looks great. And there's something here, like I can see this 2 line here. So it needs some space here. It doesn't look great, but it's okay. That thing we can improve in the future. So, and here I need to do I need to do the survey of my property. So I go there, I have the so this question designed to help us maximize your savings and stuff like this, right? So I explain what this for, right? So it's a CASTAR window explaining what it is, right? So I close this. And so I have general info, so I check, so residential. So this is something I already start this stuff in the past. So, but you can say no, yes, no, yes, not sure, right? Right, and then you continue. So here we have the property. So is the property is currently listed for sale? If I say yes, he asks me for how much, right? So let's say I say 1 million. And was the property purchased in the last 24 months? I say yes. And let's say I purchase it like 900, right? And put a date here, right? And then I can add a file. So I can add a file. So I tell you right now, I have a bug here, and the guy never told me that the bug here. I think he left that like it, but that's a bug here. I need to fix this. I tried to fix it, but I couldn't find the reason why. But I have a little bug, but I will show you. So I add a file. So the closing statement of this purchase. Because I say when you say no, you don't have it. When you say yes, you have it, right? So I can upload a document. So this is FileMaker WebDirect working like this. It's a little bit ish to me, but it's understandable. Okay. So I can choose a file. So I have a PDF example here, and I upload it. So unfortunately, this is how FileMaker works. We have ways to bypass this, to have a different way, right? But it's a little bit, it's not something like I like to do. But anyway, this works. So we upload the documents. So this is where I have the bug. It should have said this. So the file is added, right? So I have a refresh issue here. So the file is added, right? I can remove the file, right? And I can add it again, okay? Upload. So I have this bug. Okay. So now I go to, I say continue, I have another question, right? And he say, okay, how, no county appraiser, say yes, right? And then you can add a file also for this, okay? Add a file. So I have the same bug here, but, so we said file added. And then you continue and you say property condition, yes, so you can explain stuff here. And then here we have another type of add file, okay? So here I can send photo. So it's different. It's not one document. The others I only wanted one document, not more. But here you can upload photos, right? So you browse, you choose your photo, and you upload it. And then I can add another one, right? Oops. I hate when you do this. So I lost the page. I hit the back page, right? So that happened. So to get back, right? So I can go back with my email and finish the survey. rcconsulting.com. Right? So he said, we send an email. Of course, we don't let you get in, right? Like this, we send an email to that email address, right? So this is how it looks like. Right? And then you have a link. So I copy the link because I want to use Chrome, not Safari. So when you click the link, it brings you immediately to your portal, right? And then here, I can continue it was this. I can continue the survey, okay? So continue, the file is added, and here I can continue, okay? So I can browse and add another document, right? Another photo. And then I can add another photo. And then I can add another photo. And then I have this. I can add more. So I put 4 here, up to 4. But if you have more, then you click here, and then you have this. I show you the 4 photos, and it's okay, browse, right? And you add more, right? Let's add 6, right? So I added more, right? So I have 6 photos. I can remove if I want. If I close, this say, okay, show all 6 files or add more, right? So I have 4 here, but I have 6 in total. So I can click here and I can remove 1 if I want to remove, right? So now I have only 5. I should update this, by the way. It didn't. Only 5. So it didn't see. I have a bug here, but it should have say 5. But anyway, or I can delete from here. If I want to delete this one, I click here on the and then now I have 4. So I don't need the button change, right? So I can continue, and here the same. I can add, browse, and add more photos, right? Etc. Etc. Okay. Okay. So you see this. Okay. So that's a great design because it's clear. You see whatever you send, whatever you put, you can click remove, right? So this is the best way to handle the documents. So you have two ways to handle the documents, okay? You have this way where I don't see the documents. I just say that the file is added. That's it. It's okay. You send it. You know, if you remove it, the button says now add files. Okay. So you add it, upload it, and if one day I'm going to fix that bug. So file added. Okay. So, but I don't see the file. I don't see a container. I don't see, there's no container on the layout. I mean, on the displaying layout. Or there's this way. This applies when you want to add more than one, right? Like photos, for example, right? I use PDF, but it could have been photos, right? And then you have this UI here, and you say, okay, you click here, and you add more in the window with a list because you have more, right? But more likely, people never go more than 4, right? But if they want to do more, they can. They have the option. So how this works, okay? So on FileMaker, we use the insert script steps, okay? So the insert script step here works, okay? So we insert a file into a container, right? But the trick is this. So this is a recap a little bit on, you know, all the, let's create a new scripts. All the inserts, all of them. Insert audio, insert calculated, insert, you know, all the inserts, all of them. Okay. They need to have a file or they need to have a field in the layout, all of them, you know. So you know, they need to have the field on the layouts. At the contrary of set fields, you know, set field by name, right? This doesn't need to have the field on the layouts, but the inserts, all the insert needs to have the field, right? So including the insert file. If you don't have the field, the target field, right, it won't work, right? So let's save this. So to do so, I want to insert a file in a container, but I don't want to show the field in the layout, right? I don't want the field here, right? So you put the field on the edge of the border. So my layout is 715 points, the width. So the border of this object is 715. The left position is on the same as the width of the layouts. Of course, it will be part of the layouts. We won't show anything. You won't see anything, but it will be considered as part of the layouts. If you put it here, it's not part of the layout and the insert field won't work. Correct? So don't forget to put the anchor like this, otherwise it will appear if you increase the you know, if you do like this, it will appear. If you increase you know, it appears. So you need to make sure you have the anchor like this, and then it won't appear because it will be over, it will follow. So you don't see it. And even if you click, you can't even go. You can't even go, okay? So but it's enough for the insert file to work. Okay. So the script step will say, okay, insert file in this field. Okay. So when you ask the insert file, automatically our FileMaker WebDirect will trigger this. Where it is. Will trigger this insert, you know. So, and then you choose where you want, choose the file and upload. Okay. Then you have like a magic hidden state that say, you know, whatever calculation you need to hide and show the button. Okay. So that means you have two buttons, you know, like this. When there's no file, the file added is this is hidden. And when there's a file, this one is hidden, right? So do we have any questions so far about this? Or overall, the demonstration I made?
It is basically people are asking like why Chrome instead of Safari? So
It's because I hadn't fixed the problem of when I get it's my Safari is messed up, right? So you know, and I didn't have the time to fix that. So when I get this, it download the link. You know, it's not. So I have a problem with Safari. I didn't have. That's why I said Chrome. But if Safari works, you know, if you don't have my problem, it will work as fine as you know the Chrome.
the pages that looks like a PDF is a layout? ?
PDF is a layout. Yes. Okay. Yeah, the PDF is a layout. Try to find it for you. There's quite some. I think it's PDF. No, it's not this. I don't remember, but it is a layout. It is a layout. I don't remember the name of the layouts. It's I don't remember. Those are old. Those are the thing he had before. I don't remember the name of the layout. If John was there, he would say, "Oh, go there." But I don't remember the name of the layouts, and it's buried somewhere. At the end, I might show you. But it's the PDF. It's a layout, and we export as PDF, right? Because this works on WebDirect, which is huge. You generate PDF on web. Yeah, go that on go PHP, go to HTML and do it. Do it. You need plugins and Java, PS, you know. That you say export or you know save as PDF, you know, and that works on WebDirect, right? So this is perfectly fine on WebDirect. So imagine that you generate a PDF on WebDirect, right? Which is big, you know. So yes, you can generate PDF. You can generate Excel files. You can export records. You can do many things that it would be very costly in terms of for building, and if you don't go FileMaker. So you have a lot of advantage using FileMaker. That is one. The printing capacities. Other questions?
You can make a WebDirect open a new browser window or tab? ?
No. we can do that, you know. Or if you do, you can, but it's another session. It's like when you go to your bank, you notice that your bank never open a new window. I mean, never do a new tab. If you do, you start to have some problems. I don't know if you noticed that. For example, I got an example recently where I purchased a plane ticket for somebody on Iberia. You know, I told you, if you open a new window, this is what happened. So let's do this. You know, so I go to Iberia, for example, and so I want to book something, right? So and I do the destination, right? For example, like this, right? And you do a search, and then you do another window, and you go there another time, right? You lose whatever you have done here, right? He doesn't like it at all. Bam. See, it's you have a problem. So the website has a problem when you do this, right? So it doesn't like it. So it's the same. WebDirect will have the same impediment, the same problems that other website will have. It's because you are encapsulated. Everything you do right now is encapsulated in that particular window, and it's completely like and you protect it. You know, you have an encryption end to end, right? So that's why you cannot open a new window. You can do that, but it will be like a new session, right? You can do that, but it's a new session. Like if I copy this and I paste here, it's a brand new session, right? And you have this because it doesn't understand what you want to do. But it's a new. So you logged in twice. You logged in twice. It's like having two times the same person connected, right? But it's not part of the same session. I don't know if I made me. So that's why there's no way. There's no easy way, let's say, to say go and open. So you need to use to that. You need to use the URI protocol like this and have a script and fire scripts to say, okay, go and open, so it's open. Pretty much you need to use the open file. We can do a follow-up on this, but this is very, very advanced, right?
Do like a one-off, or I don't know how long it would take you if you want to do one session, or we could do like a little one-off mini,
yeah, we can do a follow-up on the very, those things I use, but they are really hard to put, in place. But it's not FileMaker fault. It's not. It's a web fault, right? It's a web fault. It's not that, we're not loading a page, right? It's much more complicated than this. What happened here, right? It's like your bank. Go to your bank and try to open a new window. You will another tab. You will see what happened. You won't land to where you should land, and doesn't like, because for the same reason, because you are in a session. You logged in. You logged in. So when you logged in, then you activate a completely different world, let's say. Okay, so it's not. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not. It's single window style here. It's like an iPhone, right? It's you don't have a new window. It doesn't exist. It's fake. It's another session with the layout you want to go, but you need to open a new session. You need to open the file again. Okay, it's like if you want to go to another layout from here, right? Yeah, you need to go open, open and go and and go to the layout you want to go. Pretty much that's the same thing. Okay, so that was one style. So the remove, the remove button here. So I want to remove this, right? So to remove the documents, I use a pieces. So I'm not trying to be smart and, go to layouts, delete, and, because it's a related document. It's not, right? So I want to remove the document, but I want to remove the record. I don't just want to say set field blank. I want to remove the record, not just blank the container. You know what I mean? So, well, it's very easy. You have a pieces that says, okay, this is, the thing you need to catch, So you send the parameters to the scripts, which is 0080, right? Very simple. Search for the record. If there's no errors, delete. And it's a pieces, so I don't see it happening. Well, a little bit, but it's weird. Why is doing this? It shouldn't have. Maybe because this on. Yeah. Okay. So it's for refresh purposes, right? So that's another follow-up I can do. That I can improve this with the callback. But at the time I did that, we didn't have callback. So I need to wait that the record deleted to do this and commit. I could have done that with a callback, right? Which is a good example for a callback, by the way. But I need to wait for that, So the remove, don't say go to layout, delete, go back. No, you have a pieces. This is a record number, the ID of the record you need to retrieve. Go retrieve that ID, deletes the record, and that's it, with a pieces. So what about those? Okay, well, this is a very, very old technique I use since FileMaker 4. And you need to know how portal works. Those are portals, right? Those are portals showing one record. So I really want you to know how to do that, right? So let's do this. I create a new file, right? And I'm going to give the file to you, portals, like a display portal. Okay, portals. Okay. So I have two tables, our media. Here is where I'm going to put the container. Okay. So I have the container in this port here. And let's say in here, I'm going to have an ID, right? With this. And whatever name. And here, I have the IDF, the foreign key. Okay. Foreign key and a port. Okay. So I'm here. So I have this whatever name, right? And I want to add like this, and I want to click a location and no, not the location. Yeah, a location. A location delete. Okay. So now I want to do what I've built, the cascading effects. The the line of portals, like one, get it. Okay. So how portal works? We all know the portal like this, right? We all know the portal like this, like, let's we all know the portal like this, correct? Right? So I could insert a file here, right? Here, and insert a file, right? So we all know that, right? But that BS, I want that horizontal. Okay, so I use the same thing, but this portal, I said, I want to show one row, and the initial row is 1, right? Then I duplicate this, and I said, this portal, I still show a row, but I start with the second. And here, I duplicate this, and I said, this I want the third, showing one row. And here, I said, I want the fourth. So now, I have 4 portals. 1, 2, so I can say insert picture if I want, right? And I can insert pictures again, right? So what happened? So now, so you understand now how it works, right? So that means it's the same as doing this. The same portal. So it's easy to build because it's the same relationship. So you build one and then you duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. So it's the same of this, but here is one by one. I'm showing one. Here I'm showing the first row and only one row. And I start with the first. Here I'm starting with the second and I show 1. Here I show with the third, I show 1. So now if I want to put a delete button, right? A nice delete button like I build like this here. So let's build a nice red button. Right? What do? I said delete polar row. And if I do this, duplicate like this, right? Well, if I delete this one, delete, poof, they move. Because I have 3. If I delete the first, boom, they move because I delete. So now, right, it's very easy. Oh, yeah, it's there. So it's very easy now to do like hiding it when someone is empty, for example. This one always show up, this portal. This one, okay, is empty, right? When the media ID is empty, this. And I copy this here, and I copy this here. It should have this, removed it. Why is empty, media IDF, yeah. Yes, I don't understand. Hold on. Yeah, but this is, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't remember how we can do that. Yeah, okay. Okay, I cannot do that. Forget about it. Sorry, guys. Just remember. We need to count, right? We need to count. So here, on the list of here, let's go there. If I list how many records I have 2 records, right? So I have 2 records here in this portal, 2 records. If I add 1, I will have 3. So if I go there, I said insert pictures, right? Now I have 3. Correct? So I have 3 files. Okay. So instead of listing, I said counts. I have 3. Correct? So I hide this one. If this is inferior than 2. I hide this one if this is inferior than 3, and I hide this one if this is inferior than 4. If I remove this one, right? Go away. Go away. But just realize that I need to keep 1 up, right? To keep, to keep adding 1. So let me explain. This one is there. This one is there. And this one is there. I think this is it. No, I'll remember. Oh, this one is different inferior of 1. I don't. Sorry, guys. I don't remember. Let's copy what they said here. The last one. Oh, it's 3. Okay. So this one is inferior to 3. This one is inferior to 2, and this one is inferior to 1. Yeah, because I need to keep 1 up. So because I need to add 1. I need to, because if I remove this one, then how I can add the documents? I can't, right? You understand? So if I add 1 here, then I have another one coming. And then I can add another document. Otherwise, I cannot. So now, if I want to build the world system, the world thing, right? This button here needs to go if, so it's the same for all of them. If I have no IDs here, why? Is because, what did I say? Oh, yeah. Okay. This here, it's the record that show up in a portal because I activated this, right? So it made, is letting me showing an extra record, an extra row to add something there. You know what I mean? So, I can drag this here, boom, and then I have another one, right? The extra row. Okay. Here is still working, even though I separated the portal like this. So now I don't want to be able, on the web, I don't want the drag and drop like this. It doesn't work well. I don't like it. So I want to deactivate this. So that means I don't want people to be able to click here and add like this. What I want, here I'm hiding if it's empty, right? Now I'm putting a nice browse button. I hate this. Okay. I'm putting a browse button here and here and here. And it's the opposite of this. I'm hiding this if not is empty. So now I have this. If I remove all, both, browse, right? And the browse is the insert file, right? So insert content if possible and never compress. Okay. And the targets, right? It's the total is a container. Okay. So I have a trick here because I think it won't work. See, it doesn't work. Okay. So because I don't want I don't want that, but this will work, but it cannot be a single, but it will be a script. So I need a script, right? But before to do a script, right? We need to go to the latest, we need to add, the record. You need to add a record here, So I cannot use this or add a record like this. I can do that on web. Okay, so because this is not accessible, I don't want this to be accessible on web because people, they don't know how it works. It's not, you need to have something like close, encapsulated, right? But I still need to add a file, to add a record. I still need to do that. Okay. To do that, we need a magic key. Okay. Because remember, I told you, I don't want to go to a layout and come back. I need to stay here, right? Okay. So I need a magic key. So this is a magic key. So let's call it magic. Actually, I want to do that magic. So let's do the magic key. Okay. So UUID, and it's a global. In the source table. In the target table, the magic key cannot be a global, right? Cannot. So now I have another relationship. Okay. And that is to create. I still do this, but at the same time, I link also the magic key with the magic key, both of them. And I said create, but I have the magic key here. Don't worry, I'm going to explain the magic key. What the magic, so let's say magic creation. That would be a nice demo file. I want each time that I click on that button, I want a record to be created on the other table. Correct? Okay. So each time I'm clicking that button, I'm setting the fields, the source magic key, which is a global, with a UUID. So each time I click, this global field will come with a new key. Okay. Right? And then I need to create the record on the other side. So to create a record as is right now, right? I just need to set fields. This is what I need to do. So I'm inserting the file. So dialog option, current, never compress, insert. And the targets, right, will be the media creation, the relationship using the magic key. And I'm inserting there. And I commit. Oh. Okay. So let's see what that do. So I can delete those. I set one and then I duplicate because it's the same scripts. Same scripts, same disappearance, Okay. So let's say I browse. Oh, I forgot something. Okay. I need the insert need to have the field. Remember, I told you that I need the fields to be on the layout to insert. So I'm going to put the fields on I'm going to show the related container field throughout the relationship media creation, and I'm going to put that. Let's put that here for the moment. Okay. And let's put this field here. Okay. So now I said browse. Okay. And this. So this is the key, see? So now if I click here, the key change, boom. The relationship now changed. The key changed. Inserts throughout the relationship. And I commit. So, and I create, so if I go there, if I look the media table and I show like this, and I show the magic key, so it created a record. So, okay, what triggers the creation of a record here? How a record can be created? If the magic key, if FileMaker finds no records matching those two, right? If here I have no records matching those two keys, right? In this table, you say, okay, I need to create one because I didn't find anyone existing, right? But since I'm changing this key each time I click the button, you will never find a record on the other side because I changed this with an ID. I don't even know which ID will be, because I'm creating a UUID. I'm using a UUID. So the script says, okay, set this. That means on the other side, on this table, it's impossible that it will find a matching record with those two keys because this will be always the same because this is the main, but this will always change. So that means on the other table, the inserts file will say, yeah, okay, you want me to insert a file in that table, in that container, throughout this relationship, but I have no record matching this. So sorry, I need to create one. I need to create a record. If I don't do this, well, it has no reason to create a record. So if I click browse, right, and I do this what happened? It changed the last one, right? It don't create because it say, yeah, I found one. I have a record with this. I have a record with 89 AD and E335, you know, 89 AD and E335. It has one record, so it will change that record. Right? See here, see the icon here, see the icon here. So if I say browse and I put the bridge of the enterprise here, right? Well, this record will become the Galaxy bridge. It doesn't create one because it find one. But now if I change this ID, let's say I'm changing this ID manually. Okay? And now I said I want browse. You know, click this. Well, it create a record because there's no record with the you like this. So it create one because there's none. That's why we call that the magic key, right? And that's why here here in the source table, this need to be a global, but here not. Because if it's a global here, we'll never create a record, never, right? So that's why changing the ID every time you click the button, you come with something that never exists before. This will create automatically the record. So now I have these nice looking things, you know, delete, and it follow, right? It follow because I have the hidden state that hides, right? Browse, right? So I can do this, browse, I do the bridge of the enterprise, right? So you understand?
Yeah, we have basically someone saying instead of a UUID, we can put 1 and then empty, and the 1 is magic.
Why is empty? Nothing is empty. Well, can you repeat the question?
Yes, instead of a UUID, we can put 1 and then empty. 1 is magic.
Yeah, I don't like this trick. Yeah, there's people using this. They put one and then they empty it and then stuff like this. But I like my technique. It's you know, it's you can use that technique too. Or you put the one and then you know, and then you empty it. So that means you need an extra script step to blank this, right? So I mean, this is always empty, right? You know what I mean? So but you add a lot of script steps here. I don't like it. So that means you set this field, then you set this, and then you set this blank, right? So you can do that. I like the UUID. I don't know why. It's my OCD stuff, but you can use the trick you said. It's because sometimes I do extensive things like this. I reuse that ID for other purposes. You know what I mean? So that means I have other, I'm doing other thing. That means, for example, I'm creating. Yeah, I can keep this here. So here, this normally is here, right? You remember? I told you that we put that on the edge, right? Of this. We put that on the edge, and then we say this, right? Not showing this. So that means still working, right? But I'm not showing it. So why I'm not doing the one stuff right, is because I need to reuse that relationship to do updates later, right, on the latest file I created. And sometimes I have other pieces, and then I use that ID, right, to make sure that is this file I need to, because sometimes I'm adding things like this, and then I have a pieces, right, and I said, oh, go to that record, right? You know what I mean? Because here, for example, if I want to retrieve that record, if this is one, right? If this is one, how I retrieve that? If that's empty, how I retrieve that record? So that means I can insert, grab this ID, send that on the pieces, and said, okay, go to that record and do a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? I have a way to retrieve that particular record because it's a unique ID, and I'm sure that I will get that record only, right? You know what I mean? And so I'm recycling this, not just for the magic key. So that's why I'm using this, you know. The one works, but if I put one, I have no way. If I put one in blank, it doesn't cost. Look, it doesn't cost anything to keep that. You know what I mean? Because you don't, you know, you do this and that's it. It's not there. You know, it doesn't exist. You don't, you know, the field exists here. Don't show it, right? And the indexing things is not as bad because just for the creation, you create one record at a time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right? And also, if you want to do a loop and you do your one technique, it's a big mess. You know what I mean? You have to set the field all the time and set blank and set again and set blank and set again and set blank. You know, when with my technique, you see a loop, boom, 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 boom. So you put this in the loop, you know, and you insert because sometime, right? You want to insert, you want to browse a folder. You know what I mean? Want to browse a folder with plenty of records or plenty of files inside the folder. To insert that folder, you need to use this in a loop. Grab the folder, grab the content of the folder, right? The list of the folder. And then, you know what I mean? And then so that's why I'm not doing just small stuff like this, you know, but the one technique works. But I'm explaining why I'm using, why I like the UUID. It's because you can use that for other things, right? And the cost is like, you know, really to have, if you have this or one, you know what I mean? The cost is zero. Right. And if you want, if you, hold on, if you want to have a minimum cost, right? You do this, you put that a number, right? And instead of using this, you use the UUID number. That's why that exists. So this will, the one of this is the same. I mean, in terms of cost, you know what I mean? Cost of indexing, right? Because that's the concern here. That means this field here need to be indexed. It will be indexed automatically because it's a foreign key. So if you put that a number, right? So if you do this, right, and you use this, so this will be a number, right? So it's a UUID number. So the cost of indexing is minimum. Oh, by the way, if you want to avoid this crap here, this is what you do. You go there and you say not general as entered, the format. And now it shows the number. It doesn't show the scientific numbering, whatever crap. Do we have any question?
What about WebDirect? Question mark. I'm not sure.
What about the web? But this is what I was using here in WebDirect. This is the same of Nick dot hunter at rcconsulting.com. So I receive an email. Copy the link. So let's. I don't know why I got this. Maybe because I'm in the layout. Yeah. Okay, I understand. So so this is what I was using here. Here, that's the same technique. So the same button. If I remove this, I have the browse button. Is exactly what you have in this sample file that I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you. You know, that's the same technique. So on WebDirect, you can use this. It works very well. Other questions?
How to create a portal with different column colors?
Different colors. Where you mean here?
Columns, yeah, like every other column, or different colors per column, I think. So.
Yeah, but you know you color it. No, it's I need not this one. The row, the active.
There you
No, not the active. The primary. Yeah, the primary. So why is not coloring it? Hold on. That weird. Hold on. Do I have? Oh yeah, I have this and this. I need to remove those. The alternate won't work. You know what I mean? The alternate won't work because it's always it works if you have two, 3, 4. But if you have one, it will always show the first, right? But you can do this transparent, right? And no border, and you change the color. Row, primary, and change the color. So we can do like this. So let's say this one we can do like this, and this one blank, and this one gray. Primary, solid color, this, okay. And voila. Of course, you can continue, right? So if you want to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can duplicate this. If you want more, right? You do this. And you say, this one is the column 5. And this one is the column 6. And this one is the column 7. And this one is the column 8. So you continue, right? So of course, I need to change the hidden states on this one. So this one was 3. This one will be 4. This one will be 5. This one will be 6. And this one will be 7. And you continue. Right? Good. So it's easy because you build one and then you duplicate. It's very easy that way. But you get the file, so you don't worry. you'll be able to play with it. Right?
Yep.
And if you create a new record, well, it's another record. So you can add more for another record because this change, right? So I have this, and if I go to this record, it works like a portal. I fought with my life at FileMaker Inc. in that time to get the horizontal portals, right? To get this, to say, oh, I want the portal horizontal and not vertical, right? And I never made it. But I got this, the current table, right? Which is the guy who did that named Adam Ward, and he's working at Bowers and Wilkins and Bowers, the sound system. He's a director of engineering over there.
Oh.
But he was a very talented guy. I mean, Adam Ward, he was a very, very talented guy. He created pretty much this. So, this, the design surface stuff, the HTML, CSS, whatever, on the layout on FileMaker, he created that. He was a very talented guy. And the guy who created the script workspace, named Oleg Zedman, he worked at Fusion, VMware. Now, VMware. Yeah, they do Fusion, right? Yeah. So the virtual system virtualization.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. VMware is working there. So they got a very talented people back in the day.
With that being said, Foxy Jackson, thank you very much for this WebDirect series, Nick. See you next week for some more FM magic. So
yeah,
this has been an awesome series. We'll maybe do some of that advanced browser window stuff at some point in the future.
Yeah, we can do some advanced. We can use some advanced URL protocol stuff and opening a new window and like for example, opening a new window with a PDF. Like you generate a PDF and then you open a new window with the PDF there, right? So we can do stuff like this, or follow up like very advanced stuff. But the problem is hard to to get that working. So I cannot. It's not something I can do right now.
Something
Here,
you
I
can
will
just
take
whip out and like show off. Like oh, this is how you do it.
So I need to prepare in advance, and it's quite it's for advanced.
Yes. No, it would be advertised as a very advanced series.
Yeah, okay. Very like.
So thank you so much, Nick. Thank you everyone for coming. A lot of people are saying thank you, Nick, that they're going to be implementing this. Ken's going to be doing it after October. Y'all have a lovely day, and I will see you next week, Nick, on Monday.
Yes.
For Go.
Yeah, and I'm sending you the file right now.
Yes, please do. Thank you, and then I'll be sharing that. So you'll be getting the file tomorrow at some point. So bye.
Thanks. Bye.